If you recently published a book, if you are calling yourself an author and you are not avoiding these 6 mistakes that I'm going to share with you in this video, I guarantee you're costing yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars a year in potential revenue and also potential people that you can be able to impact. Hey guys, my name is Kyle King. I'm the CEO and founder of The Writer's Game, 7-time published author. And our company really focuses on helping experienced professionals, aspiring authors, or industry thought leaders to be able to transform people, increase their income by what? Sharing their story. We want to be able to help you monetize your message and magnify your voice. But before we can do that, there's so many mistakes that I've seen in the thousands of authors that we've been able to work with over this process. So we wanted to be able to create a short video for you to understand what 6 mistakes to avoid in your process before you write your book, in the process of writing your book, and even if you're a published author already, what to avoid after you've already written your book. All right. So I'm going to start with telling a story really quickly. When I was 14 years old, I had the opportunity of a lifetime. But what I learned is that this one mistake transformed, potentially would have changed my whole life and transformed my whole perspective on life. So I was 14, asked my parents to borrow the keys to go to a party while they were getting ready to go to a Maxwell concert. Now, obviously, I'm 14, no license, no permit. So, of course, they said no. So, when they left, me being a facetious young man, took the keys anyway, went to the party, picked up my friend. We had an amazing time. We had an absolute blast, dropped him off after the party. And on my way home, when I got to the house, I pulled up in the driveway, I parked in the driveway, and I thought I hit the brake and I hit the gas and ran straight through the closed garage door. Like, whoa. So I could go on and on about what all of the steps and all of the different craziness that happened after that. But what I learned is that that one mistake happened because I lacked the necessary preparation to be able to drive the car without assistance. And oftentimes, there are so many authors that publish amazing pieces of work, but it lacks the necessary preparation because they don't avoid these 6 mistakes to be able to generate the income that they desire and deserve, and to be able to have the impact that they desire and deserve. So, in this video, I'm going to cover 6 mistakes to avoid so that you could be able to have massive impact and also be able to create massive income from your specific story. So, number one, oftentimes what we see is that a lot of authors are writing books based upon information and not based upon transformation. Remember, your book is not about you. It's about taking your reader through a methodical process of strategies, techniques, and inserting experiences and complementing this process with information that can guide them through a process of what? Transformation. It's not about just giving them a life story of you or a list of experiences or a list of all of these different strategies. I want you to be able to find a way to methodically position those strategies through a process leveraging models, rules, acronyms, or a specific way that they can go through this step-by-step process so that they can get to the place that your book's overall objective is at the beginning of them reading it. When you write your description of your book, whether you're writing it or your publisher is writing it, in that description, it really encapsulates everything that that reader is going to gain from this book. When you think about the chapters in your book and how you position the content in your book, does it align with the reader's goals, with the reader's style, and the adventure and the journey that the reader is going through navigating your specific piece of content? Okay. Number two, you want to be able to stop writing books before you understand the outcomes. Okay. It's hard to really be able to meet an objective if we don't really align and analyze the specific measurables that will help us understand if we've met that objective. Okay. So, what this looks like is at the beginning of your process, I need you to understand how to determine your overall outcomes for your reader as well as for yourself. What are your impact related goals? And what are your income related goals? How do you want to make a difference from this book? What rooms do you want to be able to be in? What people do you want to engage with? How many people do you want to engage with? And when you think about income, what do you want to be able to do from this book? Do you want to build the business? Do you want to be able to insert a product line? Do you want to be able to buy a house? Do you want to be able to expand your visibility? What do you want to be able to do? Once we understand this, now mistake number 3 is that we write the book before understanding the audience. No. So once we understand the outcomes, now this allows us not to make mistake 3, which is not understanding the reader. And now we're able to understand who we're writing the book for and who was the specific demographic of individual that we need to write this book for, to be able to create the impact related goals that we already written down, and then to be able to create the income related goals that we already wrote down as well. I'm going to give you a real life example. A lot of times in my experience working with educators, professors, different people in the educational industry as a whole, they want to be able to write books that ultimately transform students. But the reality of that is that with those types of books, the students aren't buying the books. The districts, the parents, the school leaders, the superintendents are writing the books. So we have to be able to position specific topics, specific information to be able to be valuable for those individuals, so that when we think about marketing this specific book, now this allows us to get right in front of that specific audience. So remember this: whom you serve is not always the one that's going to be able to pay you. So your book may serve corporations, your book may serve students, your book may serve inmates in prison, your book may serve mental health advocates. But who is the person paying you? So that we can be able to write a book that markets and is attractive to both of those demographics, as well as writing information and content that both of those demographics can be able to assess and be able to digest as they're walking through and navigating this specific piece of content. All right. So mistake number four is oftentimes what we see is that many authors launch books without having their necessary systems in place. Okay. So what I mean about systems, there's online systems and offline systems. When we think about online systems, we have our traffic sources such as Instagram, such as YouTube. How are you generating traffic from your business or for your book? So how are people finding out about your book? How are you making noise in reference to your book? We have social media influencers. We have subscription communities, masterminds, all of these different things, right? Online sources. When I think about not just traffic sources, we have book funnels. Okay, we have websites. We have author landing pages. We have media kits. We have email copy or email campaigns, automated email sequences. How is somebody paying for your book? So what I want you to do in this specific step, and we can pause after this or just let it go through and then you can come back and review it again, is when you think about your overall customer journey of your book, when you think about, well, how is somebody going to know I have a book? Well, once somebody knows, how is somebody going to know what my book is about? Well, once they know what it's about, how are they going to be able to purchase? How are they going to be able to receive the book? What does the shipping look like? How are they going to be notified when the book is shipped? How are they going to be notified to leave a review? Where do they leave a review? And then when you think about this step-by-step process that someone would go through, this allows you to think of the systems that need to be in place so that you could be able to walk this individual through a process to be able to continue to engage with you. All right. And that leads us to mistake number 5. And this, in my opinion, is this is one of the biggest mistakes. And the reason why this is the biggest mistake, because there's potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars on the back end that you're losing if you're not mastering this specific mistake. Okay. So mistake number 5 is that you're marketing a book without a specific ascension model. What I mean in regards to an ascension model, how I would define that, is a step-by-step process to solve your customers' problems with specific solutions that they can pay for. What I mean by that is the goal of a business owner and an authorpreneur, an entrepreneur like yourself, is to increase the lifetime value of your customer. What that looks like is if somebody comes into Starbucks and they pay $5 for a cup of coffee, now they can buy a $3 bacon Gouda sandwich. They can buy a $2 banana loaf bread. They can get one of the cups on the shelf for $7. And now instead of just paying $5, now their lifetime value, the overall dollar spend of your customer over a period of time, just increased to $30. Now, imagine if they did that on a weekly basis rather than just spending the $5. Over a year's period, they would be able to massively increase their bottom line and potential revenue. When you think about your specific book, that is solving a set of problems. But with every solution, there are another set of problems that are created. When you go get a new car, you need window tint, service, tires, insurance, all of these other things that are potential solutions or potentially problems that you need to buy or buy into. With your book, is there a course that can complement it? A webinar? Is there a journal? Is there another set of books? Is there a document, a docu-series, or a set of worksheets that complement it? Is there a one-on-one coaching call or a VIP day? Is there an event that they can go to in regards to content on your book? Is there a book signing? Is there a book club? So a lot of people are marketing their book without having a specific ascension model. So now when you have one, now I spend 20 bucks on a book, and now I spend $97 to join a webinar. Now I spend $197 for a masterclass. Now I spend $2,000 for a course, all on the concepts and content in regards to your book. So when you're writing your book, it's not just about the book. It's not just about book sales. There's consulting opportunities, there's coaching opportunities, course creation, digital products, membership communities, all of these other opportunities to solve your readers' problems. So it's important for you to be able to create an ascension model as you're writing and marketing your book. And number 6, you're marketing your book in the wrong places. Remember, if you understand your outcomes and you understand, all right, I want to create this type of impact and I want to be able to create this type of income. If you understand your audience and you understand who they are, then where are these people online? How can you truly impact these people in bulk? And a lot of times we're marketing our books in the wrong places. You want to go to the places and market your book in the areas where they can afford not just to buy one copy, not to be sold on your book, but to buy potentially 10 copies. You want to go to places where they would recommend the content of your book. You want to go to places that they have individuals that could afford your ascension model. A lot of times where I was marketing books, I was marketing them to friends and family or to people in my immediate network. But the reality of it is that it's going to take a little discomfort as you're marketing your book, because you're going to eventually either A, exhaust your friends and family, or B, recognize that the content in which you've written about in your book do not necessarily align with either your current marketplace or your current contacts. So you're going to have to increase your bandwidth and expand your overall visibility. Now, how we do this is influencer connections, cross collaborations, partnership opportunities. You can do this by podcasting. You can do this by creating content and content creation. There's a multitude of different ways that you can do this. And if you have more questions about this specific mistake and this specific step, comment below. But these are the specific mistakes that I've often seen within our organization that so many authors are making. So step 1, I want you to be able to write a book that is focused on transformation and not information. And in your marketing, focus on transformation and not just information. Step number 2, I want you to write a book knowing what are the outcomes, what are your income related goals, and what are your impact related goals. Okay. And that will be able to produce your outcome. All right. Step number 3, write a book when you understand your audience. Okay. You have to understand that your book is not about you. It's about your specific person that you're transforming. Step number 4 is you want to be able to launch your book with the necessary systems in place. You want to be able to look through this customer journey that an author would go through, or that a reader, would go through, and be able to walk them through a set of steps that now you know what systems I need in place so that I'm not working overtime through this process. Step number 5 is market your book with an ascension model. Okay. Think about all of the problems, then create all of the solutions by having paid offers. And then step number 6, market your book intentionally, not just to your immediate audience. Find creative ways to be able to maximize your audience, maximize your visibility so that we can reach the income as well as the impact related goals. If you guys like this video, I want you to stop. I want you to share it. I want you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll see you guys next time.